Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you want to learn how to get this look, then just keep on watching. First, I'm going in with some eye cream, and I mainly use this to try to get rid of dark circles and avoid creasing under the eye as well. For moisturizer, I've been obsessed with this one from Glam Glow. It smells really good and it gives my skin a nice healthy glow. I'm super extra, so I like to use this one from Clinique as well. And I mainly use this one because it helps to minimize the appearance of pores. Make sure to pat and not rub it into the skin. Moving on to the eyes, I'm using this primer from Urban Decay as my base so that the eyeshadow stays for a long time and it doesn't budge. Now for the star of the show, I'm using this eyeshadow palette from Colored Rain, which is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm using this first shade just to set the primer in place. Moving on, I'm using this warm brown, and I'll be using this as my transition shade in the crease. I'm using a big fluffy brush just to make sure that everything is nice and smoothly blended. I also added a little bit of this orange shade just to add a little more warmth, and I blow it out a little bit on the outer edge. Moving on, I'm using this beautiful purple shade, which was super pigmented. Luckily, it was super easy to blend, so even though a little goes a long way, it's still perfect. So keep on blending. I'm also using this color called Royal Highness on the lid, and it was a beautiful taupe, like a taupey silvery shade, and I used it because I wanted to give a nice spotlight effect. And this icy shade on top gave it an extra kick. Now I'm going in with the darker purples in the palette just to deepen it up and give more definition to the eyes. I'm still making sure to place it right underneath the orange and brown shade that I used early on because I still want those to be shown in the eye. And make sure to keep blending. For eyeliner, I'm using this one from Kat Von D, which I love because it's super precise and easy to use. It glides on like a dream and my wings look perfect every time. If you guys want a tutorial on this, let me know. And if you make any mistakes, feel free to just use some makeup remover on a Q-tip and it'll get fixed right away. I'm just going back in with some of the colors that I used before just to deepen it up because when you apply a wing on the eyes, it can change the shape of the eye. So you just want to make sure that everything is super defined, including the lid color. Now moving on to mascara, I'm using this one from Maybelline, and I'm just lightly coating the lashes to prep them for falsies. For falsies, I loved using these Salon Perfect ones because they make any eye look pop. And I've reused them a million times, so I know they're good. For the face, I'll be using this Urban Decay primer. It's new, and it's okay. It's not my favorite one. I think I prefer the Smashbox original primer, but it does feel silky smooth, so I guess it's okay. Moving on to foundation, I'm using this one from Makeup Forever. It's one of my cult favorites. It blends out beautifully and it doesn't look cakey on the skin. A little goes a long way, so I advise to start off with a little and then add more if you need it. Now I'm using this brush from Sephora collection, and oh my goodness, it's been my favorite one. I use it on all my clients too. It's my ride or die for sure. Like, just look at how easily it blends it out. I love it so much. Here you can see myself adding a little bit more. And make sure to blend it down the neck so there's no lines of demarcation. For concealer, I'm using this one from Smashbox, which I've been absolutely in love with as well. As you can tell, this whole video is just full of products that I love. And you can't blame me because I'm just a makeup junkie in this world. But I'm using this one from Smashbox, and I'm just gonna blend it out with my beauty blender. Blend, blend, blend. So easy. I wish makeup was actually this fast. I'm just kidding because I love the process of it, so I'm not complaining too much. I'm also using this concealer from Kat Von D just to add more brightness under the eye. And I love using the Beauty Blender because I find that it gets rid of any excess product that you may be putting. So again, avoiding the cake face look. I'll be setting all the highlighted areas with this Cover FX powder. But first, I'll make a mess. Yep. It's all good though. We made it work. And you don't want to put too much. Luckily, the sponge was a little bit damp, so it's going to be super easy and it's going to lock everything in place. It's definitely not like the Laura Mercier one, but it works. Now I'm using a foundation powder from Urban Decay just to set the other areas to make sure that there's no patchiness when we apply bronzer and blush. For bronzer, I'm using this one from MAC, and I love it because it's nice and warm and it really suits my skin tone without making me look like an Oompa Loompa. And I'm also applying it just a tiny bit on the nose. Think of this as a transition shade for when you add contour. That's a good way of thinking it. Now I'm applying a little bit of Hoola just to add further definition. And I like to just sink in my cheeks. No, suck in my cheeks. There we go. Also apply a little bit on the nose. Make sure to get it right where the brow is too, because you don't want to make it look crazy. And blend, blend, blend. This whole look is about blending. Now my brush definitely tried to play me and it almost broke off, but the show must go on. So I was able to apply my blush here, and I smile and put it on the apples. I also like to put it on the bridge of the nose and on the temples. Make sure to dust off all the translucent powder that we placed before. And moving on to our highlight. I love this one. It isn't too glowy, but it's just enough because I didn't want to overpower the look either. We have so much going on with the eyes. Put a little bit on the lid, on the Cupid's bow, and set it all with some Mist and Fix from Makeup Forever, just to get rid of the powdery look and make it look more like skin. Now I'm cleaning up the brows with some concealer, and before filling them in, just blend it out. For filling in the brows, I'm using a Cabral from Benefit, the Cabral from Benefit, and I like it because it defines the brows really nicely. It's a perfect color and it gives me a bold eyebrow without making it look too crazy, because the eyes already have so much going on with them that I didn't want to overpower the look. So just keep going and blending with the spoolie. Once you added the spoolie, or once you've used the spoolie, then you can go ahead and add some brow powder just to give it a nice light fade. This makes it look a little more natural, I think. I've been enjoying this look quite a bit. And blend it out. Blending is key. Going back to finish the eyes, we're going to be using the palette once more just to define the bottom lash line and add some mascara as well. Now this step is completely optional, but I think it added a little something extra, and I used this brightening powder from Hourglass just to make the eyes appear like wide awake. Make sure to blend everything so there's no lines of demarcation. And then just to define the contour a little bit more, I'm going to be using the translucent powder that we used earlier under the contour. You don't have to put too much because a little goes a long way. And just add a little bit more contour while you're at it. For the lips, I'm using a lip liner from Buxom. It's new to the collection. It's super creamy and I love the color. This was the first time that I also used the ABH lip palette, and oh my goodness, it did not disappoint at all. So good. I used a nude color because I was playing it safe and I wanted to see if it was good or not. And what better way to use or to try a new product than to test something that you already know would work. I'm also adding a little bit of a lighter nude just to make it pop and make it look more plump. Now to clean off the powder underneath the contour, we're just going to use a big fluffy brush to do so. And there you have it. The look is complete. I don't think it took too long to get it done. And